You'll never be as good as your sister. They told me at dinner. I smiled and walked away. Maya sat at the dinner table with her parents and her older sister Emily, the warm smell of food filling the room, but the air felt cold around her. Her parents had invited both daughters for a family dinner, but Maya knew something felt wrong. She could feel it from the moment she walked in. Emily sat straight, smiling proudly, as if she already knew she would be praised again. Maya stayed quiet, hoping the night would be peaceful, but then her father placed his fork down and looked directly at Maya, his eyes sharp and full of judgment. "Maya," he said slowly, "you are not half the woman your sister is." The words hit Maya like a slap. Emily's smile grew wider, and her mother nodded in agreement as if it were the most normal thing to say. "You should learn from Emily," her mother added. "She is successful, she is focused, she is everything a daughter should be." Maya felt her throat tighten, her hands shaking under the table, her heart beating fast, but her face stayed still, almost too calm. She looked at her plate, then at their proud faces, and suddenly something inside her felt heavy and light at the same time. All her life she had been compared to Emily. All her life she was told she was not enough, but tonight something changed. She slowly pushed her chair back, the sound loud in the silent room. Her parents watched her with annoyed expressions, believing she was leaving to cry like a weak child. But Maya's eyes were dry, cold, and strangely steady. "If that is how you see me," she whispered softly, "then I understand everything now." Her parents exchanged confused looks, but Maya did not wait for their reply. She stepped away from the table and walked toward the door. Behind her, she heard her father say, "See, she cannot handle simple truth," and her mother saying, "This is why she will never be like Emily." Emily let out a small laugh, proud and confident as always. But Maya kept walking, each step stronger than the last, the cool night air touching her face as she stepped outside. She did not feel broken. She did not feel weak. She felt awake for the first time in years. That night, Maya thought as she walked into the darkness, "I will make a plan that will change everything." After that night, Maya did not return home for several days. The streets were quiet under the moonlight as she wandered, thinking, planning, dreaming. She found a small apartment in the city, far from the suffocating rules of her home, a place where no one could judge her or compare her to Emily. Maya worked small jobs at first, washing dishes, delivering packages, doing anything that gave her independence. Every night she would sit by the window looking at the city lights and whisper to herself, "I will show them. I will show Emily. I will show them all." But life was not easy. Maya struggled with money, loneliness, and the constant doubt that sometimes whispered in her mind. "Maybe they were right," the voice said. "Maybe you are not as good as Emily." Maya ignored it, and every time she felt weak, she reminded herself of that night, the look of pride on Emily's face, and the cold judgment in her parents' eyes. She started learning new skills, reading books about business and success, practicing confidence in front of a mirror, and training herself to be strong. Slowly, Maya changed. Her shoulders straightened, her eyes shone with purpose, and a quiet fire burned inside her. She also discovered secrets about her family, secrets that shocked her. Her parents had kept her away from opportunities. They had favored Emily in school, in friends, and even in small competitions. Maya realized that everything she thought was her failure was not hers at all. It was their doing. Her anger grew, but it was focused now, sharp and intelligent, not blind. She began meeting people who could help her, mentors and friends who believed in her talents, people who did not judge her for being second. Maya learned to speak confidently, dress with elegance, and use her intelligence to her advantage. Months passed, and Maya became someone no one at home could recognize. One day, she received an invitation in the mail. A big social event where Emily and her parents would be present. A smile crossed her face, calm and dangerous. "This is it," she whispered. "They will see me." Finally. She planned everything carefully, every detail, every word, every look. Maya knew she could not rush. She had to be perfect. She had to make them feel the shock of underestimating her. At night, she practiced walking into a room with confidence, imagining the surprised faces of her parents and Emily. The suspense of the coming moment filled her with excitement, a thrill she had never felt before. Her transformation was complete, but her plan was just beginning. As the day of the event approached, Maya felt a mix of nerves and power. "I am ready," she said, looking into the mirror, ready to turn their world upside down. The night of the event arrived, a grand hall filled with sparkling lights and whispers of admiration. Maya stepped out of the car, dressed elegantly, her posture perfect, her eyes sharp and calculating. The moment she entered, heads turned, murmurs filled the room, but she walked as if she belonged to a world far above theirs. Emily was already there, smiling confidently, thinking this would be the same old story. She whispered to a friend, "Maya will never shine here. She is nothing compared to me." Maya approached slowly, her every step deliberate, her smile calm but full of power. Her parents noticed her first, their jaws dropping slightly, disbelief in their eyes. Maya greeted them politely, her voice soft, yet every word carried strength. The guests admired her confidence, some nodding in surprise at how much she had changed. Emily tried to interrupt, making small jokes and subtle insults, but Maya remained unshaken. She smiled at Emily, a smile that was almost cruel in its quietness. Then Maya began to reveal the truth, piece by piece. She spoke of the opportunities her parents had hidden from her, of the lies they told to make Emily look perfect. She showed proof of their favoritism, letters, messages, small evidence she had carefully collected over months. The room fell silent, shock written on every face. Emily's confident smile began to fade, replaced by confusion and fear. Her parents tried to deny it, but Maya had prepared for that, presenting every fact with calm precision. "You said I was weak, that I could never succeed," Maya said, her voice steady. "But look at me now, the woman you doubted, the daughter you ignored, the sister you underestimated." She turned to Emily, her eyes shining. "I was never half of you. I am more, much more." The guests whispered, some nodding, some staring in disbelief. Emily felt small for the first time, her laughter gone, her confidence shattered. Maya's parents were silent, unable to speak, unable to explain. Maya took a deep breath, feeling the weight of years lifting off her shoulders. She walked out of the room slowly, the crowd parting, her presence impossible to ignore. Outside, the cool night air embraced her, and she smiled freely, no longer a shadow of Emily. She had faced the family who doubted her, she had exposed their lies, and she had risen. "I am free now," she whispered to herself. "Free from their judgment, free from their chains, free to live my life on my terms." And as she disappeared into the night, confident and unstoppable, Maya knew one thing for certain: they had tried to break her, but instead, they had built her strength. Have you ever felt invisible in your own family? In today's story, Maya is constantly compared to her perfect older sister Emily, and is told she will never be good enough. Her parents' harsh words cut deep. "You're not half the woman your sister is." And that moment changes everything for Maya. What happens next is a story of courage, determination, and revenge that will keep you on the edge of your seat. Maya leaves her home that night, hurt but not broken, and begins a journey of transformation. She faces struggles, betrayal, and loneliness, but slowly rises stronger, smarter, and unstoppable. She discovers the truth about her family's secrets, how she was held back, and how her sister was favored unfairly. Every step she takes brings her closer to the ultimate confrontation that will shock everyone who doubted her. This is not just a story of revenge, it is a story of self-discovery, resilience, and justice. Watch as Maya turns the tables, exposing lies and showing that being underestimated can become the greatest strength. This story is perfect for anyone who loves suspenseful, emotional, and inspiring revenge stories that keep you hooked until the very last second. If you love dramatic stories full of suspense and shocking twists, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more amazing revenge stories every week.